Hey everyone, welcome back to Liam's Snappy History. This is my first video in a couple of years, so don't blame me if it's pretty bad. And also a disclaimer here, I am only 11, so if I draw it pretty bad or do pretty bad quality, don't blame me for it. So, two countries, Honduras and El Salvador, as you can see, and the one thing they're all crazy about is football. And they were so crazy that they went to war over it somehow. And although Honduras is a lot bigger than El Salvador had about 1.1 million more people. But it was too crowded in El Salvador, obviously. So about 300,000 El Salvadorians illegally moved to Honduras as immigrants. And in 1963, Honduras, a man called Oswald Lopez Arellano staged a military coup to prevent the rise of communism in Honduras because they were pretty close to Cuba, which is a communist country, obviously. And he even harassed the El Salvadorian immigrants. And when it was time to become a military leader in the elections, he rigged it terribly. And he won by a huge landslide, which he did not deserve. And no one really liked him because they all knew that he didn't win normally. So he started blaming the immigrants for ruining the country to ruin their stuff. So they started beating on the immigrants. And obviously El Salvador weren't too happy about this. So tensions are pretty high between the countries. But then football came along. And imagine this, it's the 1970 World Cup qualifiers. And El Salvador and Honduras finished top of their group and they have to verse each other in 3 matches. The first match, on 8th of June 1969, Honduras beat El Salvador 1-0 at home. Then 1 week later, on the 15th of June 1969, El Salvador beat Honduras 3-1 in their home. Then on the 26th of June 1969, in Mexico City, El Salvador and Honduras played a pretty good match, but in overtime, El Salvador won 3-2, so meaning they went to the World Cup 6-3 on aggregate. El Salvador go to World Cup, Honduras out, which shocked the world by a landslide. Anyways, back to it. Honduras was shocked by this and started rioting against the immigrants and beating on them because they weren't too happy. And obviously El Salvador were like, no, you cannot do this. This is unacceptable. So they declared war in defense of their immigrants. And they invaded up to Honduras and nearly got to their capital bombed the airport in the capital so they couldn't get up with air support. But by neighboring Nicaragua, Honduras stopped them and started even bombed El Salvador back. And it was pretty much a stalemate with no winners. And on the 4th day, the OOAS, or the Organization of American States, asked El Salvador to stop invading with the guaranteed safety of their immigrants, and they accepted. But then when they asked them to withdraw their troops, they said no, and they kept arguing until the OOAS, or Organization of American States, threatened to sanction them. They immediately agreed. So after just 100 hours of fighting, 6,000 people had died and 1,500 had been injured, making it really deadly in a really short amount of time. Pretty pointless in my opinion as well, over some football matches which made them go to the World Cup. Alright, bye guys.